Right. I call you baby.
Hey, what's up?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I am fantastic. It's a little
Alright.
bit colder in my house, so I can not get a heat stroke. I think I only dropped the temperature by like 1 degree, but whatever. It'll have to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've been here before, but this time it's a different character, or?
Yeah, so we did my Pathfinder first, but
Mm-hmm.
I just realized that like if I wanted to actually like fund it pretty far, I should just make a Kanna. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna main Kanna for like a couple months just to make it easier on myself in the future.
Okay, and then keep your option open if in case you ever want to fund something else as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, sure. All right. So 100% farming goal with this one?
Um, I wanted to like be able to at least solo like Kra with him,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a struggle I realized because Kanna has 0 ID, so like you need
Nope.
a lot of it to make up for it.
ID and
So
critical rate and
exactly,
knockback resistance are like your main 3 things
yeah.
that you lack. Yeah.
So yeah, mainly just for farming now. I was gonna try getting like making a Kra fan that had like a line or two of ID, but double miracle time didn't happen, so I couldn't do that.
Yep. That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, it did happen. You just didn't participate.
Yeah. I could have switched channels fast enough.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the fuck did I just do? Okay. Sorry, that was weird. Oh yeah. Oh, we can really zoom in on this now. Okay.
Yeah. Learn from the last time.
Jesus, yeah. Okay. So, all right. Solo CRA, and then there's like contribute Lotus and Damien, and then
Yeah.
So how can you get IED is one thing.
And then just like how to proceed with like just I guess like farming like what if I should just still be cubing everything for like meso and drop, or if I should be looking to like cube for more lines of int, like I'm not sure.
So we did one of these for farming kind of recently. So the stat you're looking for is like anywhere like 16 to 18k
Yeah.
is what you're aiming for. Arcane power and your symbols are going to be not symbols, sorry, your nodes. Those are going to be the most important things to get a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're like distinctly separated, right? If you're going for if you're going to be bossing, you need that IED, that boss damage. If you're going to be mobbing, then you need none of that basically.
Yeah.
So depending on if you're going to do it as a weekly or just to be able to do it, that's going to like that's going to determine if you're going to be resetting your hyperstats all the time or if you just keep them where they are.
Yeah, I've been resetting them usually for at least the weekly bosses. I've been resetting them.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's 10 mil and you get like 200 mil out of it, so.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or 20, yeah, because double change, but yeah. Just take away a little bit from your profit. So the 69 is when you have 10 in IED.
And with Lumi Link skill, I believe.
Lumilink, yeah.
Yeah. That's really it, I think.
Yeah.
And I tried getting Shikigami to 40 by just I put a bunch of nodes with Shikigami in it and
Yeah,
then just
I saw, yeah.
it.
In the level 5 slots.
Yeah, I love them. So
I mean, honestly, that's fine to do that in the beginning.
yeah. I have
so.
like nodes that I think that could be, but you need 3 of each node, right? Like or is it
2 of each skill.
2 of each skill? Okay.
Yeah, once you max it eventually. And up to there, you could make a solid argument to have it in 3 or 4, maybe even 5. Yeah, like if you have room like this, if you're specifically just trading and mobbing. If you're bossing, you typically can't really do this because you get so much more extra damage just from having access to a whole extra skill usually.
Yeah.
Compared to having so many slots be taken up by level 1 boost nodes. Yeah. So,
exactly.
but yeah, this is fine for now. And then as your nodes level up, then you could just consolidate into less and less. Yeah, so 2 of each skill, and then you already have the 6 skills, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you have 19 old Fury now.
I have like nodes with all of them. I just thought Shikigami and Exorcist and Boss were like the most important, I guess, at least in Lachlan. So
Yeah.
I heard that like you should be maxing out Tengu too, just for when you get to Arkanna. So I have to start looking for nodes.
Yeah, Tengu Kishin. Up to this point, people always maxed out Yosuzume as well. Not the Ninetale Fury. Yeah, because Ninetale Fury is like so strong that even unboosted it one shots.
Yeah, it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, it does give you a buff, but that buff doesn't get better or worse with leveling the boost node. So.
Okay.
Yeah, once you have those 4, then yeah, they'll be consolidated into 4 slots, and then your decent sharp eyes can come into play.
Yeah.
And the main thing is just going to be leveling your domain.
Yeah, I have to get that to max.
Mainly for mobbing, but also for bossing. It's just going to be really, really helpful to make sure you can capitalize on your burst that you do have, right? Because at that point you'll also unlock an extra slot. You probably want to get your Tengu Force in there.
Yeah.
And then that one combined with the blue circle and with a domain charged will be quite a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Solis Array will come like automatically with levels and with more and more arcane power, honestly.
Yeah.
The one thing we have to look out there for is IED, like you said. That's the main thing. So, yeah.
Was it worth to like is it worth to like just try to cube a second fan, or would it be worth to just cube my main? Cuz I'm not sure like which route to take.
It would probably be best to roll your yeah, it's like a valid point. Initially, you'd just tell people if you want to be like, if you actually want to main your Kanna, is just to go for a line of IED on your emblem.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because, yeah, if you get like a line of 40 IED and then 9 magic attack, and even if the third line is like whatever, even if it doesn't give anything, that'll give you way more utility to be able to progress and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And then with a line of 40 compared to this, well, and then link skill wise, you can still add the Hoyong, and you could add the Explorer Mages.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you want to level a Lumi, but level 3 Lightwash is also still on the table, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you know about the stacking of the links? I don't know if you talked about that last time.
No, I don't.
Because you have, you have the. See, the Explorer Archer one is stacked?
Yeah.
At level 4, so that one can go up to level 6.
Oh.
And then the Mage one can go up to 6 as well. Thief can go up to 6. Warrior can go up to 6. Pirate can go up to 6. And then the Resistance Link, right? The one that makes you invincible after dying. That one can go up to level 8.
Oh.
And it always has to be like different classes that stack into the same link skill. So like, if you're doing resistance, you have one of each 4 of them, and then they can all each go up to level 2, and then for a total of level 8. But you can't do like 4 mechanics or something. It has to be one of each of the classes into one character. And then Cygnus Blessing can go up to level 10 because you have 5 Cygnus Knights, and they can each go up to level 2, so that can give you up to level 10 bonus.
Oh, okay. So it would be worth it to technically. So would that all be considered just one source of ID if they're all stacked together?
Yeah, so for the Mage, yeah, you give the debuff, and then at level 6, it does the thing where it gives you 3% extra ID per stack, and it calculates those stacks at once, so you could get, if the target is max stack, you will get 9% damage and 9% IED on them.
Oh, okay. Alright.
That's what makes it worth. And it also debuffs them, which a lot of people like who cannot give debuffs by themselves, because that allows you, with the Thief Link skill, to do more bonus damage. Because that only triggers if you debuff a monster, but some classes don't do debuffs. As a Kanna, you do a bunch of debuffs, of course. So
yeah. Okay. It's gonna help me work towards. I was thinking like the biggest thing I could do and the easiest thing I could do is Legion. Not like easiest, but like it's like such a fast, like not fast, but simple way to get a lot of ID, because I think it's at 3.5Ks when you unlock the ID portion of it.
So at 2K you start already getting 1 hex bigger.
Okay.
But then you only have 1 line of holy shit, Smilly, thank you so much.
Yeah,
dude.
he just went ham. Jeez.
Thank you, Smidley. Thanks so much, dude. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so at 2k you get 1 hex, but then yeah, it's only a small portion, right? Even if you fill it out, it's only up to 6%, which is very bad.
Yeah.
It's not even worth putting points in at that point, right? Because of how little effect small portions have. But then once you get to 3k, you'll be able to put up to 13% in there. That's already like a considerable source.
Yeah.
So just after 2,000, with every 1,000, it gets 1 hex bigger. When you said 3,500, I think you're confusing it with every level up after a multiple of 2,500 is when you get to put more extra characters in. So usually every level up is just 1 extra character. But if it's the first level up after a multiple of 2,500, then you get to put 5 extra in. So if you go from 2.5 to 3, from 5 to 5.5, and from 7.5 to 8. That's why 8k is such like the holy grail of Legion, because then you get to put 5 extra characters in. It's not so much, oh wow, it's 8,000 is a nice number, but it's actually very valuable because your character is going to be level 200. You put 5 extra characters in, they all take up 4 hexes, so you get 20 extra grid bonus in there.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's why that's so good. So once you get to 2k, you'll have the extra hex, but at that point you probably won't have that many characters yet available to really fill any of the room that you're filling. It's mainly going to be 3k once you start getting online, because then you get that extra bump in characters and you get the second grid, and that's when IED can start coming into play.
Okay, for sure.
And then you probably also want to make 2 setups, right? One where you have more like IED and boss damage, and then the other one more crit rate and critical damage probably.
Yeah, performing and bossing.
And then as you get further and your Legion gets even bigger, you want to make one setup with mainly the intellect characters in there, and then another one with mainly the strength characters in there.
Oh yeah, okay, for the member bonuses.
Yeah, so that the member bonuses start counting more, because you'll just have access to more and more characters, and specifically intellect and strength have a lot of characters that you could just give flat stat bonus.
Oh, okay.
And then luck and dex kind of like, yeah, they have a few, but they don't really rely on those very well.
Yeah.
You just in the strength bonus you add some dex ones, and then in the intellect bonus you add the luck ones, basically.
Yeah.
So that at least it works as a secondary stat for you.
Yeah, that's something.
Okay, so you know what skills to work on for your Matrix and how to go about that. For Legion in general, yeah, it's like slow and steady progress, honestly. A little bit of Legion work every day will go a long way, and you'll be 3k in no time if you just do a little bit. Even if it's just 1 character to level 60 every day.
Yeah.
Then after like 3 weeks, or like even after like 2 weeks, you'll be at 3k, right?
Yeah. I just wanted to. I usually try to get 1 to level. I've been starting to try to get 1 to level 100 every day, just because then I can just do Zakum and Monster Park.
Yep.
And they just
that's
AFK
very
level
fast.
pretty much all the way.
Yeah, as long as that's fun and that's like doable for you, and it doesn't take away too much time. You don't feel like, oh, I'm spending like 3, 4, 5 hours a day on Legion and my other stuff isn't progressing, then, you know, just restore the balance a little bit. But as long as you're cognizant of that, then it's fine.
Yeah. I just had a question about, so I just got Arkanna, and like Latch and Arkanna symbols seem like impossible to get, just because like I've barely done any Spirit Savior yet, and I can't, like, you know, Latch is kind of like a damage check, so I can't kill them as fast. So like, do I go to Arkanna once I can eventually just like brute, like 230-ish, when I can just brute force it even though of the level difference, or do I stay in Latch for a long time?
I've seen people go to the Earth Spirits.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've tried that map. Best thing you can do is just do a battle analysis and train for like 10, 20, 30 minutes maybe, and just see if it's worth it or not for you. Like if you're if it's really annoying and it's barely a gain, then maybe you just stay in the previous area. But if it's reasonably doable and you're kind of enjoying yourself and it's also the same rates or even better, then fuck it, right? Because I think some of those maps might be a little bit less crowded in like Earth Spirits, and because Lackline I think is still very, very crowded, right?
Yeah, you can barely get CPAS or Rev 3. It's just, I have like switching channels. Like I just remember like I'd always, like I would look before I pop my buffs, and then like, you know, I'd go grab like 2x the Rise Salon, and I'd come back and I'd be surfing channels for like the first 15 minutes of like my 2x, and I'm like,
that hurts,
it's
right?
like impossible to find.
Because basically your first half hour double coupon basically does nothing, because 15 minutes of it is wasted, and then the other 15 minutes is training.
Yeah.
It's painful. Some people even go to like weekend Dream Keepers and Ref 2. I've seen people in.
Yeah, I've tried
Dancing
it. Like,
shoes
I've got
even.
desperate. Yeah, like I've even gotten so desperate where like I go into the tower and I'm just like, I can just put up domain and just like kind of just sit there. Like I can't find another map anyways.
And then the blue spurt circle flies all the way to the top and stuff.
Exactly. It's actually kind of pog sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you have to use your ability, right? That's why the Fire Zone and Vanishing Journey was pretty good as well for Kannas, right? Big vertical map, so.
Level so fast in that map.
Yep.
The blue thing would just kill everything, so
yep.
It was nice. But
level go up, blue ball go up.
Exactly.
I
don't know.
Yeah, there's no map like that in Arkanna, sadly. It's more flat maps that you have to use your summons to basically cordon off parts of the map and then kill the rest with the Exorcist Charm kind of thing.
Yeah, I wish I could. If I could one-shot with Exorcist Charm, that's why I was thinking like I might switch from like using a bunch of Shikigami nodes, because at Chicken Festival, like when I do like the only time I can one-shot the chickens fully with Exorcist is when I have my guild skills on, and it's so nice because it's actually AFK. You just can't just stand there.
Do you use both of the guild skills, or do you alternate between them?
In order to one-shot them, I usually need both of them, because I need to crit them too to kill them.
Yeah.
But I try to train in like 30-minute intervals. So, like I'll train for 30, take a break for 30 until my guild skills are back up. But when it's not, it's just after you start doing that with Exorcist at C-Fest, it's like you don't want to like move around ever again.
Yeah.
So.
Increasing your baseline, so now you can't go back anymore.
Exactly, like it's just, especially like us also with Kanna in general, like I don't know, like I tried doing my Dark World Tree dailies and stuff on my Pathfinder, but it feels like it takes so long.
Yep.
So like,
I mean, because it does comparatively, that's the problem, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so I see you're gonna be a Kanna main in like a few months.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go back.
It's because it feels like I can't go back already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thinking like maybe just because I'm gonna be at Latch for like 5-6 more levels, so maybe just switch out my nodes for Exorcist Charm instead.
Yeah, could give you more reliable one-shotting.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can cycle between the guild skills, and then that'll allow you to just train continuously and not have to do the half-hour burst thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And you have enough of the Monster Park potions and stuff?
Yeah, because I've been only like I usually sometimes most of the time I forgot to do it, but then since I'm leveling my Legion mules, I end up doing it, just transferring the potions over.
Yep.
I'm usually using the magic pot and the attack and the gold pot too.
Yep. Yeah, you should have enough time. As long as you do that on a regular basis, then you should basically always be able to use them.
Yeah.
Very beneficial. Okay, so for your current link skills, when do you use these? Is this when you're trying to boss? Is this when you're mobbing, or?
So I actually haven't hit the 12 yet, so I still have to fill in the 2. So these are just the ones I use.
Oh, okay. So beginning Legion.
Yeah. Like I just burned my marksman. That I understand why people burn marksman out of that class. It's not that bad after 4th job, to be honest, but 3rd job was awful. It was so bad.
Yeah, it's in its own category.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think I'm doing Thunderbreaker right now just because it's super fast at leveling, and Arc also. But is Arc worth it during mobbing? Is it the same as Ilium, where like if you're moving around you get damage?
It's being in combat, so it means getting hit or hitting something or using a buff every 5 seconds. So it's super easy to keep up, and it goes up to 12%. It goes up to 13% because of the. Wait, 5.
Yeah.
5 stacks. Wait, hang on. Does it go up to 16? No, it goes up to 16, right? Let me double check.
I was just figuring out like what other 2 links. I was thinking Ilium and Arc, but
yeah, it goes up to 16%. because it's
Oh, okay.
3%. If you go up to level 210, it's 3% per stack, up to 5 stacks, and 1% passive.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so if you have a max stack, it's even better than the level 3 Demon Avenger. But those together will put you at 31% damage.
Oh, shoot. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
Then that's huge for new classes, right? If you're starting a new character, and you're just getting 31% extra damage out of nowhere, plus getting critical rate from the Phantom and all that stuff, getting to 100 just gets so fast after a while.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely Demon Avenger and Arc. I don't know if I should be switching out any other of them. Like, definitely like the Lumi one if I'm training. So, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Lumi if you're training, Noble Fire if you're training.
Oh yeah.
Only gives you up to 12% if you're in like a full party. So just soloing it, it's bad.
Yeah. So Hoyoung technically would be pretty useful if I'm trying to use Exorcist Charm, right?
If you're close to one-shotting with that, it's kind of minimal, right? Because it gives you, I think it also gives you 16%, I think, but only on the first hit, right?
Yeah.
So if you two-shot, then it's effectively like an 8% increase.
Yeah.
And then it's already worse than Elementalism. It's worse than some other things. But if you can one-shot with it and you're just right like in the margin, then it's very nice. And then you can also keep it on when you're bossing and you don't have to switch it around.
Yeah, because the ID.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah,
so
thinking
that
about
could be a
the
good
crit
one.
damage ones, but so the crit damage, so like Shade, Jet, and Kinesis is that their character, their Legion buff, right? Not their Link skill?
So for Shade, Jet, and Hayato, it's the Legion buff, and for the Link skill, it's the Kinesis.
Okay. Oh, okay, I see that.
So it's the 4% from the Kinesis. So yeah, that's like a go-to for mobbing or bossing.
Yeah.
But before that, of course, you want to have your critical rate be up or close to 100.
Yeah.
So ideally, you'll have your decent sharp eyes in there, and you could get another archer, right? If you get the Bowmaster leveled up.
Oh yeah.
That could get you some more critical rate, and then both the Phantom and the Beast Tamer still have the ability to go to 210 for a combined higher critical rate of another 8%. And I don't know if you have a Night Lord already in your Legion.
No, that was also one I was gonna start.
That's also crit rate.
Yeah.
So that could be 3, 4, 5, 8, 13, and so 23. That would get you like 99% crit rate already.
Okay.
So what some people do is they try to hit, as like a placeholder, hit a critical rate line in invulnerability. But I think with the links you'll be fine. So it's probably a good idea to try to hit a 20% either mezzo or 20 drop as your top line instead with circulators.
I was keeping the Magic 27 just because before I like rushed really fast at 225, so I was wearing pencil gear at like level 221. But so yeah, it was like a nice line, but I think I can get rid of it now. It's just so the Sunny Sunday on August 2nd, I think, is that 50% off inner?
Yeah, that's when you re-roll with your inner ability, but you would generally want to keep your honor experience at this point, and you just use circulators to hit the mezzo obtain.
Okay, even with the 50 off?
Yeah, so if you know 100% that you're just going to be a mobber, then what you can do is circulate and see if you hit 15 drop or mezzo on the second or third line, and then lock that in and your rank, and then try to hit mezzo or drop on the top line on top of that, like the combination set.
Yeah.
If you know you're 100% going to stay farmer forever, that's one thing you could do. But that could get pretty expensive. The other like safer option, if you know you're going to be farmer, is circulate for 20 drop or mezzo on the top line, and then during 50% off, lock that one and try to get some kind of mezzo or drop on the second or third line. But then you'll most likely be holding on to something like, you know, like this like 3% drop or like 8% mezzo, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But it'll be way more affordable.
Yeah. It's just I didn't know what to do, like especially 5, 10, 15. I didn't know if it was, like if I should be even going for that, because I saw on Reddit that it was like you use like 30 off to like 15, 30% off to 15, and then like 5, 10, 15 is for like 16 and 17. So
yeah, and beyond, yeah. So for you right now, 5, 10, 15, you could use it to get to 11, right? But
yeah,
just get everything to 11 and then just wait there.
Okay. So it's not even worth like trying to Star Force my fan or anything.
Your fan was already was 12.
Yeah, it was 12.
The problem is they're also both 160, so that you can also not salvage any of that value for later on.
Yeah.
It's kind of the problem. And ideally, you'd want to get fans that can be flamed as well, because there's like a lot of magic attack in that.
Yeah. So should I be trying to switch to the Crow fans then?
Yeah. Ideally, people...
Or Absolab, I mean.
Yeah, well, if you can go to Abza, that would be even better, yeah. Because then you can have the flame advantage, have both of them, and not lose too much on the base magic attack.
Yeah, I should be... I have enough for the Absolab gloves right now.
Mm-hmm.
So should I be getting those first, or should I be saving it for the weapon?
So there's two different shops with two different sets of items that you buy, right?
Yeah.
So the glove and the weapon are not in the same... You don't get them from the same shop.
Yeah, I think the gloves you get from
Lotus shop.
Scrapyard.
Yeah, for Scrapyard, yeah. Wait, did you say Crapyard?
Scrapyard.
Freudian slip. Yeah, and then the weapon you tend to get from the Damien shop, because the only other thing you get from that shop is the shoulder, so it balances out more how many times you need to do the weeklies and clear the bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so those two upgrades don't like interfere with each other. You could both go for the weapon and go for the glove. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got the Cygnus glove. I mean, but I think Absolab gloves will be way better.
They will be. You have a good flame there, though.
Yeah, that's what I was like worrying about.
It's possible, but you have 17 magic attack on those. 7, 4, 28, 5. And you have a line of HP with that. Your shoe is 40 and 5, which as far as penciler goes is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might. So, well, the thing with the glove is, like, dedicating to the glove first is that you can also get access to the critical damage potential.
Yeah.
And that's big.
So I didn't know, like, whether to switch it out right now or just maybe get the shoulder, but it'd also break my boss set, so...
Yeah, once you're thinking about Abzo, you're definitely breaking some of the boss set. Yeah. That's inevitable.
Yeah, it just has to happen.
Mm-hmm. Item drop. So you mainly have item drop, or you also have some meso obtain? Oh no, let's stick to the weapon secondary and emblem for now. Yeah, so I think what you have now, weapon secondary and emblem wise, is like fine, and I would just keep this as it is, and then just try to move into two weapons, I guess.
Okay.
Two Abzos.
So I shouldn't bother recubing these, or?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Nah, just keep this.
Okay, so just wait until I get the Absos and then...
Yeah, and then just mass invest in those, yeah. So what you could do, I don't know how many backup pieces or Fafnir weapons you already have.
I just have the one fan right now. Okay. I think I'll have 2 by the end of this week.
Because there is the option, of course, of like star forcing, right, and trying to see if you can get it to 16, so that when Abzo comes out, you can immediately like transfer over it to 15.
Yeah.
And then all you need is another 5, 10, 15 event to get it to 17 there.
Yeah, because I don't think I'll be using the Crow fan, right? So I can't just try starring it, right?
Yep, and if it blows up, it's whatever, but then at least you gave it a try before you had the weapon, so that you can take advantage of the event. Or you wait until there's a 30% off, and then if you don't have the Abso by then you can do it on the Fafnir weapon, and then do it that way.
Okay. I probably will do that, because I was saving money for the 5, 10, 15, but then I kind of realized I didn't need it. So I'll probably just probably just start forcing that fat fan, or wait for 30, or just cube for more meso, I guess.
Yeah, cubing for meso, like you probably want to cube your emblem for like the line of IED. I think that's the important thing to do. And then aside from that, getting your set in order that you have 5 lines of meso, and 4 lines of drop.
Okay. So should I be? So yeah, I got it on my Horntail and stuff, but should I be not doing it on my alien pieces? Because if I'm gonna replace them eventually, or do you think it's fine for if I'm just trying to farm an Arkanna?
It's gonna be long before you replace those.
Okay.
Very long. And since they're higher level, even if you get your line of Mezzo or drop the other, like if you get a line of intellect with that, that line is going to be higher as well. So there is some added value.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like because you're basically the next thing you're going to replace this with is superior Helix, and that's going to be.
Yeah, I think a couple days ago is when I finally did hard looks for the first time.
Yep.
It's a long fight, but it's honestly not that bad.
We could start doing party Helix runs though.
Yeah, just struggle 6-man Helix
run. Struggle 6-man Helix run. I mean, yeah. I mean, it doesn't mean you. So, like, if you lose the guarantee of hard looks, how many coins drop from hard again?
I think like 15 to 20 or something around there.
Okay, that's like a decent amount, because if you can guarantee yourself 15 to 20, or you have a chance with, like, if there's a fail, you just get nothing, but if you succeed, you get like close, like between 27 and 30 or something.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's worth the risk, you know?
Yeah,
you gotta
I think
be
if
pretty
it's
sure.
like, if you know the people, if it's 6 people,
yeah,
I think we could probably do it. I just feel like the mechanics would start going a little wonky if there's 6 people in there.
Yeah, he'll like his head will be like whiplashing all over the place. Yeah. He's like,
he's doing like 360, he's like trying to hit this.
Yeah, 360 no scope, pink breath all over the place. Yeah,
exactly. Like it's like I can solo it, but I usually do it with a couple friends just because to help them out. But like even when they're in there, it's still like Helix like Gullix like glitches out. Like he'll be like about to breathe on the right, and then like he'll just flick his head.
Yeah. Oh, bitch! You thought I was over here? Yeah.
Someone will die, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, yeah. Helix party is definitely a big thing. So, like, would it be double superior pendants with like the ring? Effect, right?
Sorry?
It's a 4-set effect?
Yeah, the 4-set effect is for the boss and the IED, so that's only if you're going to be bossing, right? Otherwise, if you're mainly mobbing, then that doesn't really help you. There's still like the illustrious ideal farmer Kanna setup of 3-3 between reinforced and superior. Oh yeah. Because of the double dip into the set 3 bonus, giving weapon, magic attack, and percentage HP and MP. Yeah. But honestly, if at that point you already have these legendary alien fragment rings, then you would only get these accessories if you want to have a bossing set, and then your mobbing set will just your farming set will always just stay this. Yeah. Because your passive level of strength will just be so much higher because of your arcane power, because of your boost node levels, that you don't need to get introduced like way stronger gear just because you're going to a higher level area. Just the fact that those other things are growing is going to be enough to keep up with, be able to kill quickly in these maps. Yeah, I think, yeah. The one thing you will do, maybe, is get the gears that you have and make sure you re-roll them to also have a line of intellect, like, guaranteed. But I see most of yours already have that, so... Yeah, I got lucky on reveal. 12, 9... One has only, quote-unquote, 6% all-stat, but that's already, like, good enough as well. Yeah. And 9, so yeah, that's really good. Because, you know, that all adds up, right? 9 extra items with 9% at each is just 81% stat extra. Yeah. That carries you through. I'm just scared, like on my, I think it was my earring or my necklace, I have like 17% in and like 14% luck. I'm just scared, like, once I cube all of those for Meso, that my damage will go down, but I don't think it goes down significantly. As long as I have another line with them. So, yeah, I was wondering if I should be cubing, like, I should just, my next step would just be to cube the emblem. Oh, you were thinking maybe getting like a second earring, or one for drop and then one for this one for damage, because it's I was thinking, but I was like, maybe I should just wait to like get the Gullix stuff. Yeah, it's 18 int, so if you go to legendary, you can get a 10% lines, right? Yeah. So if you get Meso-obtain and 10% int, then you're losing 8%, which is not that bad. Yeah. It wouldn't be a huge damage loss. No, I think it will compensate that for once you get the Abso weapons and everything. That'll just like a good flame on an Abso weapon, I think is 94 extra magic attack, for example.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you can get that on both of them, and then one will only... do you know how the secondary works exactly for Haku?
Yeah, it's just in magic attack that it takes, right?
Yeah, for the potential-wise, yeah, magic attack and intellect also works, but yeah, magic attack is way more important there, of course.
Yeah.
And then you have the Haku buff that gives you...
yeah, the magic attack.
Yeah, it gives you a percentage of the total magic attack on the fan, so that's why the flame and the Star Force on the secondary fan also matters.
Oh, okay. Oh, but, so yeah, flame's a huge damage increase then.
Yeah, but just magic attack, right? Not damage, not all stat. So if you have two weapons and you're flaming them both, and one gets tier 6 with a bunch of other cool stuff, and the other one just has a tier 6, then you know exactly which one to give the Haku, which one to wear. Yeah,
I like try I see that like there's a damage increase on my Haku fan, which is the unique 17%, and there's like it says there's a damage increase, but I don't see anything change, so I don't know if that's just me or.
Oh, you mean if you wear it as your main weapon?
Yeah, like because it says plus 54k, so I was wondering like.
Yeah, because it's 17% magic attack and the other one has 13% magic attack, because boss damage doesn't get counted into your damage range.
Yeah.
Right. So if you switch them out, your physical range will go up. But the thing you can always do is just unequip the fans and just switch them out and see if your actual range goes up. Because the buff that I think they both don't have a they both don't have a magic attack flame, right?
Yeah, they don't.
Okay, so it is possible that the other way around is better for raw range, but then the 20% boss damage won't apply if you give that one to Haku. So then it would be a damage loss during bossing. So you could switch them around, but if it's 55k range on, I don't know what your range is, probably a few mil, right?
Yeah, like 2.4, 2.5.
2.5, yeah, so 50k out of 2.5 is like 1/50th, right? So that's 2% damage increase.
So it's not much.
It's something, but yeah, well, in the end game, 2% is huge, but like at your stage, 2% is not that much, no.
Yeah. Okay. Man. So I should be focusing on all my accessories, just not focusing on like my crow armor and stuff like that, right? Because those get a lot of trash lines.
Yeah, if you're like on the verge of some Abzo stuff, then just save up and just go hard on the Abzo when you get it. Way more important, yeah. Eventually, you want to get the CRA to right during like a 30% off. You want to get it to 15, and you want to get it to unique potential, but it's probably going to stay unique and 15, and then maybe go up to 17 during a 5, 10, 15, like much later. But that'll be a small process. The one thing you can keep doing with CRA is like flaming it if the flame is bad.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do.
Let's see, the pants are pretty good. The top is probably the worst, yeah.
Yeah.
Then the hat is okay-ish. It's like 830, 83, 24, 25, 4, 4, 16, 35, 15. Yeah, the top is definitely the worst, and then the hat. But and the pants are pretty much where you want them, so that's like a good goal to have. And just have 6% intellect on them now. That's fine, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't want to do anything to my boots or like my gloves, because I knew those those are gonna be replaced pretty quick. So.
Yeah, so, yeah. If you get like a good Dragon Tail Mage glove or a Necro glove, then you switch those out early. But if it's already 10 or 11 star and you already have Epic with a line of intellect, it's like.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money invested. It's just like Star Force the other one as well to get in like 5k range, 10k range.
Yeah.
It's like better to just save all that money, wait for an event or wait for Abzo, and then just dump it there.
Exactly.
Yep. That's a good general thinking, yeah.
Oh man, I was like so excited once I got the latch, and then like I couldn't do freaking Dream Defender, and I think I'm at like 30, and that was like me like going hard. Like I was trying to like go so
with
hard
guild skills and everything.
Yeah. It's just I just also think it's just because I'm not that good at it either. Even though like I have so many summons that like I could stop them from like retaking it.
Yep.
And Spirit Savior, I was watching your video actually on Kanna.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did I make a video on that with Kanna or not? I kind of couldn't remember, but
you did. Okay. And so I was repeating exactly what you're saying in your video like out loud. I was like, okay, like jump left, down telly. I was like, I just gotta keep going. But
yeah.
It starts freaking me out when that thing like gets so close.
Oh yeah. In the beginning, he when you don't kill as quickly, he just catches up on you so much faster.
Yeah. and I remember I had like 5, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm doing it, and then
And then he
dude
gashes
just
you.
like TP, yeah, he just like TP to me and just killed everything else.
Yeah,
It
and
was
then
so
half your
tilting.
shield is gone.
Exactly. So like that's why like I'm just like waiting for the second phase for like hopefully open all those 30 boxes and just get a bunch of symbols for Arkanna especially, because that Spirit Savior tilts the hell out of me. So
You do have the extra 10 a day from the kill quest, right? So that helps a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. So I get enough for like 1 symbol from each Spirit Savior. So I've just been doing that and just doing the dailies.
Uh-huh.
But I think I think my next goal, biggest goal, would just be keep leveling, right?
Yeah, as your nodes and your arcane power keeps going up. Well, so the one thing is with the Spirit Savior is that it's not an arcane power map, so you don't get more bonus damage there for Spirit Savior for damage to the roots. So that doesn't
that
scale
makes
as well. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
I always wondered why it wasn't, but because like
Yeah,
Choo PQ, like the Hardmudo
Yeah.
PQ is, right? But then Spirit Savior
Yeah.
isn't. So
yeah.
well,
That's-
I guess Dream Defender isn't either, right?
yeah, I don't think it is either.
But they are considered boss, so you do extra boss damage.
Yeah, but I only have like 90% of that, so
I mean, it's better than nothing. Some people
Yeah,
have more
true.
than that in just one familiar, but
exactly. Oh my god, yeah. When familiars came out, like I was freaking out about it because like I played like I started like a month ago, like a month and a half ago. So like all I wanted was like my big spider, you know, because I played in Barrow, so I was like I just want my big spider. And then
Yeah.
like I heard all about all this familiar stuff, and like I've gotten like decently lucky. I was fiending for it. I was like at like junior neckies because I had some like weird proposition that like they were like really good.
Okay.
So like I think I have a 15% IED one, and then I got a meso drop one, even though I found out that it's not actually meso drop, it's just pretty much item drop rate, but just for the meso bag.
Yeah, so there's
So-
meso drop and there's meso obtain. Those are two distinctly different things, right? One is how many bags, and then the other one is how much is in the bags.
Yeah, so since I have that, I think I have it on rare, so it's 50%, I think.
Is it just it depends on how the line is named. Does it say like increase by a small amount, or
It says increases meso drop rate.
just that, no larger or
Yeah.
small? Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
then I don't know exactly what the number is.
Yeah, I think it was like 50, around 50.
It
So
could be,
does
yeah.
that mean I knew that I had to get like 1 or 2 more lines of item drop rate in order to make sure the bag drops. So does that mean I don't have to anymore? I don't know like how that math plays out.
So you have the spider and that one?
No, I just have the increases meso drop rate familiar.
Oh, okay.
40% drop.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
It
And
is
holy
possible that
symbol.
you don't need more lines of drop then, but I would still get them because you'll get more nodes and
Yeah,
maybe droplets, so
I've
it's-
gotten 1.
so it's still value. Hey, congrats, dude.
Yeah, at least got 1. So I didn't even notice. I was so brain dead because I was just training to 225.
Oh,
that,
those are
like,
the best ones. You're like afterwards
Yeah.
checking your inventory, you're like, oh
Yeah.
shit,
I
Poggle.
almost sold it, but then I was like, and then so I clicked on. I was like, I swear these are like really important. So I was like, and then I looked it up. I was like, oh shoot. I was really
Yeah.
excited, but then like I told my alliance members, and they're like, oh, you just need like 200 more of them, and I
Yeah,
was like, all right, that's never gonna happen.
Just get a few thousand more for a full set. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna. I stopped playing my Kanna a little bit because like I would just grind levels on it, but so Legion has been like kind of enjoyable. So
Yeah, a little bit of change of pace, right?
yeah, especially the Thunderbreaker was insane. That class leveled so fast.
You're just zooming through the map, crushing everything.
Exactly. It's like Beast Tamer but a little less.
Yeah, a little less ADHD. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only ADD, not ADHD.
Yeah,
right?
ADD. Yeah. Exactly. So
One
yeah,
less.
I think my biggest thing that I know that I can just get a big damage increase on will be Legion. So I'm
Yeah.
probably just gonna go for that.
And but a lot of it is like invisible damage increase, right? It's your side numbers, like it's your ID, it's your boss damage, your critical rate, your critical damage. Like those get huge boosts, but none of that shows up in your range. So it always is a little bit counterintuitive, especially for people who
Yeah.
haven't played in a while or people coming back. It doesn't feel like that's going to be the thing that really puts you over the top, but it actually ends up being it. Yeah.
Yeah. just I like see how much people like how much you get from Legion and stuff, and I'm just like, all right, like it's definitely something that's
Massive.
worth it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other thing is like in terms of flaming, the pink holy cup can definitely has a lot of room for growth as well.
Yeah, I've been trying to fuse them, but I also wanted to get enough ID to like easily be able to do like Chaos Pink Bean and stuff like that, because I can solo Czog, so like it's like slowly getting there. I don't know how much you. I feel like is Chaos Pink Bean harder than Czog or? Yeah, like the same level.
I would say in general, Chaos Pink Bean I would put it at easier than Czog, but it could take longer because Czog is like more volatile with the arms and stuff, and it could just like slap you from a different dimension.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like fucking Dormammu, and he's
exactly, yeah.
slapping you through space and time, and then Chaos Pink Bean is more just annoying and like RNG with the DRs, but it's like easier, but not necessarily faster, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, then I could probably start putting that in my thing too.
Yeah. I should be able.
It gets kind of annoying to reset my hypers all the time.
Yeah, you have like one session. Are you doing that every day now, or?
It technically, yeah, I kind of have to for hard Gullux. So but I realize I'm probably gonna stop doing it. Hopefully soon, because just because it's 7 times a week, like it's 70 mil, so it's like a decent.
I mean, yeah, and if you double switch, then it's 14 times, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think as long as I'm able to just kill them, I don't really mind how much time it takes for a lot of the boss fights. Like Czog takes a while. I did already solo Chicken because he's honestly pretty easy, but it took a long time. So you just have to like prolong the timer in the beginning, hitting him in the dark clocks, and then eventually he just kind of dies. Yeah, it just took so long, and I'm like I couldn't even like tell technically how long it took because it was just a 9-minute.
People are like, when is the next bind, or like what's the bind timer? I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude. Look at the timer. It's like the clock is going everywhere.
Exactly.
With my shade, with the shade I reset it, so I have no idea what the timer is at that point.
Exactly. I just do foot off cooldown. That's just how I know when it's time to bind.
Yeah, for you it's easier, but like for shade you use the bind and then you reset all your timers afterwards, so it's always up, and the timer makes no sense. So it's like, I don't fucking know, man.
Exactly.
Have you ever put points in your mana hyperstat?
Oh yeah, shoot. I usually do with my leftovers. I think 150 was the sweet spot for me at least. So I usually never run out of mana.
Yeah, just 5 levels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's normal what most people do.
Yeah, it's like the best.
If you're doing like late bossing, I think you get a little bit higher because you put more barriers, and then the barriers can like soak up some of your regeneration.
Oh, I did not know that. That's what I meant. So yeah, when my guildmate was helping me with Damien, I had like a bunch of barriers up. And
it's like, where's all my mana?
Yeah, I was like, where's it all going? I was so confused.
Yeah, it eats up some of your passive regeneration, unless you put it on one of those veins, and it gets the big barrier. Then it also works as a vein and as a barrier, so it kind of like compensates for its own cost at that point.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you just like, you can't do the olden days anymore where you just put the whole map full of barriers. If you do that, then you'd never have any mana to do anything anymore.
Yeah,
you can only Shikigami hunting.
Yeah. Oh man, I just want to be able to one-shot an Arkanna. I was so excited to get there, and I didn't realize like they're level like 239.
Yeah, they start at 239, 237. Yeah.
Yeah, like those.
Just the storyline, right? The last part of the storyline.
Exactly. I could like, it took me so long to finish, and I was getting so pissed. I was like, I barely had enough Arcane Force for those maps, and then like, and then I looked up like the final damage like reduction, and I was like, I'm literally doing like 12% of my damage to like these characters at a certain point, or like 25 or something. So those took forever, but I think is it worth it to even like, as long as, should I only start moving to Arkanna when I can like 1-2 shot them, or like I don't know if it's significantly better than Lachlan. At least at CFS.
Well, best way to know it is to battle analysis it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any personal experience because I've never gone through this route, so I don't know where exactly the sweet spot is.
Yeah. I think they definitely give a decent more than Lachlan does. So.
That is true. Yeah.
I just see them Kanna's farm in Arkanna, and it's actually just so brain dead. So like.
Yep.
I want to be there.
Tengu on, jump in the river, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But then that also means I'm gonna have to max out my Tengu too. So.
Yeah, nodes. But yeah, every opportunity you can jump on nodes, you know, from the Vanishing Journey weekly, and then the all the event stores. It's going to be important.
Yeah, I usually farm like 10 to 15 every hour, so.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think I have them. I just don't bother, just because like all my nodes are like level 1, so I'm just putting matrix points on them to get them to level 40. So.
It's a great way of doing it in the beginning.
Yeah, I just have to hone in on that.
Yep.
I think it's also worth to get Kishin to go up too, just because I realize like it's not one-shotting, so theoretically like there's mobs always at the top or like wherever I'm putting it.
Yeah.
So it's like not killing them.
Yeah, if that kills, then it just refreshes in the other spots where you are faster.
Yeah. Oh man, Kanna's. I have like a hate-love with this class. I honestly don't know how to feel about it. It's too good. Yeah. Like, they're so broken, but at the same time, like, just the class itself, like, tilts me so hard. So, like, I don't know, like, where I stand with it.
Well, at least you got the Night's Watch, right? So that's a little bit less tilting.
Yeah. Oh my god. This fucking fucking
like a ragdoll just getting slapped around.
Yeah, dude. Like, I TP and like I can't like for like a millisecond I can't cast anything because I get hit. Like, oh my god. Especially because I played Warriors only in the past. So like I didn't realize how important stance was. Yep. I was willing to like put points into it. Like that's how like tilting.
Oh wow, that's pretty extreme. You do have the Sakura Blossom, which gives you some stance.
Yeah. So I usually try to play.
It's like 50, I think.
Yeah, so it's decent for bossing, but I'm good. Like I'm so willing. I think it's Mihail Link skill at level 3 is when you can keep using it, right?
Either 2 and have a lot of buff duration, or 3 and have like a little bit of buff duration.
I'm so willing to like have my Mihail at 210 just because.
It's worth. Honestly, it's so much frustration. It just saves you. It's like an aneurysm.
Yeah,
it's at least one. Like it postpones your first heart attack at least by 15 years. It's just for your own health. It's a good investment.
Exactly. I'm trying to like TP through the boss, and I get hit, and I'm like, I'm dead. Like, it's over. Yeah. Oh man.
Once you see people in Lucid without it, you just get like they get like pinballed around between the golems that land.
Oh really?
Yeah, they like slide you across the map, and you just get like pushed back and forth if there's multiple golems hitting you. Yeah, it looks pretty silly.
Oh my god, it's actually pinball. Oh my lord. Yeah, then it's probably worth to get it to level 3 just for bosses too, I guess.
Yeah, so there are some bosses where there's skills that can kill you, but with positioning you can just be safe. But then if he just like brushes up against you, he can just push you right into it right before it fires, and it's like, and then you're dead because you didn't have the knockback resistance, and it's really infuriating. So like for my Cannoneer and stuff, I get it. You know, you've seen me do Chaos Papulatus, right?
Yeah.
You know those purple clocks on the bottom. Like you can walk out of them and you're pretty much fine. But if he's near there and you don't have knockback resistance, and he just like boop, and he just boops you into them, it's so stupid.
Oh my god.
Or he does, or the lasers are about to touch and you're in the perfect position, and then he does that ground slam and he just pushes you like 5 inches backwards, and then the lasers touch and you're dead. It's like
just kill you.
But if you have knockback resistance, it's all fine. Doesn't do anything. It just does damage. Yeah, it's such a huge amount of utility for a boss like that.
But it's just, oh my god, Mihail, like I think it was like a pretty fast Link to level up, but they're so like, I don't know, they're actually like, they represent Spaghetti Code. Like their skills are so fucked up, like it makes no sense.
The shield and the timing and the guarding.
Yeah, like it's like, I guess like your body just gets used to like compensating for like the delay in Royal Guard.
Yeah, I have to, I mean like counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, Royal Guard, Exactly. But it's really bad for me though when I was leveling it up, because I wasn't able to really pay attention or read my chat because I was so focused on trying to hit those, those shields. It was worse before too, right? Because if you missed 1, you went all the way back down to 0 charges.
Exactly. And then like it's just,
now you just lose 1, which is way better. But Yeah. If you go back to the 0, you're like, oh, and then that first explosion hits like 3 monsters, and it's like,
yeah. Oh my god. And then their flying sword thing at I think second or third job, like it looks like it should have hit like 3 platforms, like you'd think, just because of all the other classes and how their hitboxes work.
oh yeah.
And then like it ends up hitting one thing. So like it was, oh my god.
Well, they do have a single target skill. Make sure you don't have that one on accidentally.
Oh, that, you know what? That probably is.
They have like an empower skill, but you only hit one target, kind of like Hero has enrage mode.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's possible that you might have had that one on and then only hit one monster at a time because of it.
Oh my god, I should probably read their skills.
Yeah, you're like, oh, a buff, turn it on.
Yeah, that's exactly how I do
Ooh,
it.
toggle. Toggle on, yeah.
I literally just turn on whatever. I'm like, because like, you know, like I'm doing like no damage when I'm like level 80. I'm just gonna try turning on everything.
Yeah.
I guess I probably should look at
Yeah,
that.
sometimes, reading is ill, but sometimes reading is actually, it's positive.
That was me for Adele. Because like, they were so broken at 4th job that like I was just using cleave, like, you know? And then like, I was like, I swear like Adele can summon swords or something. I was like, I've seen that before, but I didn't do it until like level 140. And then I was watching
oh
like,
my God.
yeah, and then I was like, oh my god, I can have 6 swords out, like they like spin and shit. I was like, dude.
Oh yeah.
I was like, this would have helped a lot.
They twirl and everything. They're like ballerinas. Yeah.
You could call it back to me. Like I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's a whole new world, new dimension of character playing.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'll probably be coming back to you once I'll probably come back to you once I like choose a new main. To be honest.
You think Pathfinder's not gonna be the one?
I think Pathfinder's fun, but I think I just want to play. I think I want to play Hero, or I kind of want to like play Arc because I've been leveling him. So, or like I want to play a class that, or like Kadena that like required like hella combos.
Yeah, more inputs.
Because like I would only really be bossing with that class pretty much.
And you want the contrast from Kanna. From going like complete brain dead to like really engaged, so that your average is kind of like.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like as I play more Kanna, like my IQ just starts getting lower because it's like I don't have to think when I play this class. It's like Kishin, Ghost, and click Exorcist Charm.
You just feel your brow line becoming more pronounced as you play it. Like,
yeah.
Me press Kish.
Exactly.
Thank you. She did.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted a class that like was like really good for bossing, but like required also a little bit of like brain input. Yeah. I saw that like Arc and Kadena require more than most of the class in the game, so.
Yeah, as you go super hard for like late and end game bosses, all of the bosses get more and more like little tricks that they can pull that require a little bit more input. But they're not like as impactful for everyone basically. Some is like, oh, you can do this to increase like 5% damage. Then Arc is like, oh, and by the way, if you cycle everything into your burst, you can increase your DPS by another 20%. It's like, it's cool to have that room for growth.
Exactly, like if you know how to do those things, like comparatively, like you'd be stronger than another Arc that like didn't know how to do that. So
did you see any 4th V skills that you really look forward to?
No, so there was like another batch of them, right? Or was that?
Well, so we had the very first line was like a month ago, and then 2 weeks ago they reworked them, just like rebalanced, but still test server. And then now 2 days ago, I think, like the 23rd, right? Yeah, 2 days ago they released them officially on the KMS servers. That's what I made the video about, going over all the skills.
Yeah, I think, who was it? I think it was Paladin had some like weird spin and hammer thing.
Yeah, so they build up charges for their hammer and then just throw it out at something, and then it hits them for a bunch of damage, and then it bounces to like a few other targets, and every time it bounces, it also creates an explosion, killing everything around it, and then it returns to you.
Oh, okay.
It has pretty short cooldown, but it requires like 15 seconds to build up a single stack.
Oh, okay. Because
you can wait until you burst and then like throw out 2 of them, but then if in between you can.
Pathfinder is like a little lackluster, which is why they just kind of summon a turret.
Yeah, it's you have a lot of utility because it's like 3 different turrets that you can summon, so that's kind of nice. There's like one ideal for every single scenario, or is it 4 even?
I think it was. I remember 3 just because of 3 different forms you have.
One is like a machine gun. One is like a fucking cannon.
Yeah,
And then the other one is like a bunch of them for mobbing, right? That like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Arcs was like some like Venus flytrap looking thing, right?
It's I call it the Godzilla chomp. You can basically you open up the underworld and then Godzilla comes like. Oh.
Yeah. I really liked Arc just because of Arc and Kadena, just because like the color schemes of them.
Yeah, they're pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Edgy.
Like, yeah, exactly. Hella edgy. I think Angelic Busters was really sick if I remember.
Yeah, apparently it kind of loses their drops their DPS a little bit because it's like an extra animation. But it has extra utility because it gives you knockdown resistance and reduced damage even to percentage HP skills. So they can also use it to survive attacks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think Arc and like I forgot what other class. Arc was like just the coolest, just because it's like the black and red color scheme is like
yeah, it
pretty
is.
dope. So.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, and I also just see you playing, like when I just see you flying around killing the bear, it was just like, alright, like maybe it's the class. So yeah.
Yeah, trying to just like dance around where he is.
Yeah, exactly. So
a lot of room. Finally, that's like the only map in the game that has a decent ceiling where you kind of can do that and like fly free.
Yeah.
All the other maps are like you do one dash up and you're already like you're hitting your head against the ceiling. It's so unfortunate.
Yeah. I think it's nice to just have a. I regret not burning my Kanna just because like it just lets you do other stuff. Like I feel like you're kind of once you like start getting Meso gear on, like if I got on my Pathfinder, like kind of stuck a little bit. Just because like it's harder to like farm for like other characters if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, some characters, some people really like some characters, and some characters can only tolerate them, and then some people will just hate and cannot play.
Yeah.
Like you play one and you get like level 23, and you're like, this is not a chief. Yeah.
It tilted you. Yeah. That was some of the Legion I've done so far. They just that's when I like. That's why I like doing Legion 2, just because I know which characters I don't want to do. Like Evan, fuck that class.
wait for a Burninator.
Yeah.
Or a Terra Burn.
Like I'm gonna leave that boy at level 70 until like the next Terra Burn or something. Like I'm not.
Yeah, and
I'm
they
not
just
touching it.
propel the 210 and just forget it ever existed.
Yeah, let's see. I wanted to mostly play a character that was just a lot of base stats for, also that had like a lot of base stats for bossing. Like I know dual bladed hero or just like next level for that kind of stuff, and Adele too, I guess.
Yeah, Adele, Arc, DS.
Yeah.
Very high like ID and boss damage by themselves. Some of those, for most of those, that goes a little bit at the expense of your crit rate, but then once you have that fixed, then you're pretty much you're ready to go.
Yeah, I think I'll probably come back to you once I either like when I hit like when do you suicide at a certain point with Kanna, right? Once you're in Arkanna.
Yeah, so in general, you start getting reduced money when you're more than 10 levels. Like up to 10 levels above the monster level, you still get the normal amounts, and then every level above that, you start getting reduced.
Okay.
So whatever map you're deciding to stop at, 10 levels plus the 10 levels plus the lowest level monster on that map would be like where you want to stop. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think hopefully can get like I think they're 230 like 8s, like 232, and just slave away on the Kanna until I can start funding another character.
Yep.
Oh man.
Hopefully until then, but yeah, working more on your Legion and leveling a little bit more on other characters, you'll know more for sure if you hate or love the character, because yeah, once you have access to 5th job, that can really make or break a character.
Yeah, exactly. I think Arc or Hero. I mean, yeah, Hero probably gonna be the next. It's
Hero's
gonna be the actual
dope.
main.
Yeah.
Their mobbing is like awful, so I don't know.
I thought it was okay, but as long as you're, if you have a big Legion link skills, you have all their buffs available and stuff, I think it's still okay. I think it gets painful between like 235 and 255. That's where you have like.
Oh, okay.
That's where it gets a bit rough.
How's Arx? Is he's I mean, like I'm playing him a little bit right now. Is pretty good. So.
Yeah, training wise, I think it just gets slower after 260, but it gets slow for everyone there. Most people move over to Limina, but Arc stays at Labyrinth. Because comparatively, Labyrinth is still better. And on top of that, it's easier to loot while you're training there as well. So, I mean, I still get over. So if I have all my buffs on my Arc, I get now At 260, I get about 4.5% an hour experience.
Yeah.
And I make about 600 mil an hour.
Okay. Yeah. I think I eventually want to move away from farming on a Kanna eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it on a main. And
Yeah, or
it
have
seems
the
like-
access when it's like, oh, there's a big event. Okay, now I'm just gonna bury
Yeah,
myself in in a map on my
away.
Kanna. And, yeah.
Just stay there for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then come
I
out when the sun's out again.
That's how it feels like when I'm playing COD, to be honest. I'll just like, because like I could just AFK pretty much, so like I'm just watching Netflix and then it'll be
Mhm.
like 6 in the morning, I'm like, I should probably go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's like 5:30 is not very late, but 6 is like, oof, that's super late.
Yeah. When it's 6, because I'm like, wow, like my family's waking up, like
It gets awkward.
sleeping. Yeah, so I'm like, they probably want me sleeping, so I'm gonna go to bed at like 5:50.
Oh yeah, I would do that when I got my computer for finishing high school, and then I would play Command and Conquer 0 Hour online like all night,
Yeah.
and I would just play it until when I heard the first noise of people waking up in my house, I was like, okay, last game, to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta go to bed.
Yep. It wasn't the light shining through the windows. It wasn't the birds, because the birds start chirping at like 4:30. Man, that's really early. Like you still have like 2 good hours at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
These guys wake up so early.
Yeah, you still got some time.
Yeah, exactly. You just start pushing it more and more and more until you're like, it's 10 a.m. now. I was like, now what?
Yeah, like that. What do I do?
The day's so screwed, and then you go to sleep, and then you don't even wake up in time for dinner, and it's like, oof.
Yeah, exactly. I just wake up and like my family's all done and eating because I'm waking up at like 3, and it's just so awkward. They're like, "What were you doing last night?" I just gotta tell them you're doing something really important,
Yeah.
even though you're just yelling at like 3 in the morning. Oh man, my God, I can't believe. After I got to 225, man, it was it was like kind of tilting because I was like, I still need to stay in the same damn place. I can't leave.
You thought it was over,
Yeah.
but it's only just starting.
But you just gotta stay in the same place, man.
Yep.
Oh my God. Gotta hit 235. No, 247. Oh.
Yeah, I think
alright,
that's usually where, like, 247, you'll see a lot of Kannas if you look around.
Yeah, I'll be coming back to you. If I come back to you next time and I'm maining Kanna, just don't even accept like the gear progression because you know I've lost myself at that point. Oh my God.
There is a possibility because honestly, in the beginning, I didn't really like Arc that much. I thought it was a little bit too convoluted and just like too many cooldowns, and it wasn't really my thing. But just because it was so strong, it like grew on me, and that could happen to you with Kanna as well. Because once you start seeing that you basically, I mean, you do like half the damage on bosses than other people, but you bring so much more to the party with all of your buffs and with your domain, your barriers, your long binds, that you actually become, you can become like MVP of the party. Like it doesn't feel like it because your numbers aren't the biggest, but you can just contribute the most, if not like, or like second most, third most, whatever. Like you're definitely not just like a dead weight there. You're not a paperweight. You're definitely backbone of the party.
Yeah. My guild member was carrying me and he was lagging super hard, so I was just bind botting, but like it was like the kit's so OP that like it's just you don't even need to be doing damage, to be honest.
Well, yeah, Haku blocks so many CCs as well that would otherwise fuck with you. Yeah. Really strong.
It's the mobbing. Like, it's an easy class for sure. Like, everyone in the chat is like, why is it so hard? It's not, bro. Kanna is the easiest class in the game. But it's just, at a certain point, like, at least for Pathfinder, I'd at least, like, you know, be, like, using Cardinal Tor and, like, going across the map. But, like, when you just stay in one spot for, like, ages, it just, it's not fun. It's not fun anymore. Even
my mom also got her Pathfinder to 250 after she got the Kanna to 250, and it was, like, way harder for her, but she liked both of them. But yeah, so like every character she plays after Kanna is like, oof, it's so slow.
Yeah, especially because like you have to buy a totem for it to feel like even close to like being the same.
Yep.
So it's just, I can't, man. I'm gonna be Kanna main for so long. There's gonna be one day where I just lose my mind and I just stop it eventually.
You're gonna be close to like stopping, and then the 4th V skills for Kanna are gonna be released, and you're gonna be like, never mind, we're staying.
They finally get something that like makes it kind of fun.
Yeah, maybe.
It's gonna be another summon. Oh,
Yeah, like
man.
a giant fucking demon in the map or something. Kind of like what
Yeah.
Hayato has for their third one. Like,
Yeah, it's just Yakusho times 5.
yeah, or like 5 of those dudes. Like
Yeah.
did you see the Korean animation with the MVP red dudes?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
5 of those guys just like pummeling the map, just punching everything.
Yeah, just makes it give you more reason to be like, Kanna, you just can't get off it. It's just too good of a class.
Or those big demons for Hoyoung that like with those
Oh,
giant
yeah.
club, like one of those things.
Yeah, just smacking down stuff on the map. Oh god, this class just broke the game, man.
Yeah, it dictates the whole meta for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it just after Pathfinder, because I thought Pathfinder was really easy to be honest too. Like it was pretty mind-numbing
It's pretty
too.
straightforward. Yeah.
You just shoot left and right, kind of kill everything on the map.
Yeah, it's
But-
basically what it is. Yeah.
But with Kanna, it was just next level. I don't even
You
know
do
how to
the same
explain
thing,
it.
but it's like you don't move left and right anymore, and there's more monsters to kill. So.
Yeah, and especially for Kanna's boost nodes, I didn't realize like it was like a way bigger increase than other classes. Like, I don't know if that's right. Like Shikigami like is boosted a lot higher than like if I were to do it on my
Oh, yeah,
Pathfinder.
Yeah,
So-
originally it was like 2, and then in JMS it was 7, and then they brought them both to 5, I think. To
Yeah.
5% per level. Yeah.
So just like
yeah, it's
the
because
damage
it's like originally it's a first job skill, right? And then the lower the level of the skill you boost, the higher the percentage you get, because typically they are not as competitive with higher level skills because they don't hit as many monsters or they're just not as strong. But with this
Yeah.
one, you use your first level skill, but you empower it.
Mhm.
So it makes sense to empower it a bit more, but not by 7% per level, right? Because then you
Yeah.
have 60 levels. Upgrading it by 420%, like
exactly
final
like,
damage
even-
is.
Yeah, even like the 210%, like I realized like it's such a fat damage increase.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of just so much easier.
That's why Vanquisher Charm is kind of out of the window.
Yeah, it's not. I barely use it now just to charge my domain.
Just charge them in, yeah.
Oh god, I'll be back to you when I'm struggling again eventually, I guess.
Well, hopefully every struggle takes a little bit longer, right? So
Yeah.
you're doing like those frog. You're doing like did you see Hancock the movie?
Yeah, yeah.
And like he's getting like out of the hospital, like trying to jump away, and like every time it just gets further, right? And then the last one he like flies off.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gotta be.
Just
So this
get
was your
like
second jump. This is the one where you jumped into the bus. You got, like-
yeah. It's just, you should. That should be in your progression command.
yeah.
Like if you use those sections.
I mean, people have to have seen the movie to get the reference, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. That's what it feels like right now. I think once I get the Kanna to like 235 and I'm just farming Arkanna, everything just gets so much easier.
Yeah, you have access to just so many more funds, and then you don't have to wait necessarily for the events anymore. You can kind of brute force in some parts.
Brute force a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
I think
Could-
I just need to. Yeah.
It helps you
know?
from not being locked into the time gate as much, right? The way that I play
Yeah.
makes sense for me because I'm not time gated as much because I'm doing this all the time. But if you're more time gated with not being able to play every day, not being able to play a certain amount of time every day, it makes more sense to just be able to brute force your way through it with Mezzo with a farmer, because then you're not like locked into having to play a certain amount of time every day. People with actual lives, you know, like you can't do it that
Yeah,
much.
you can't do it as often.
Nope.
Yeah, but honestly, school's all online, so I'll still be here. Don't even have to do anything.
Oh yeah, online schooling is going to be a huge thing. Yeah, I wonder how that's. Well, I wonder how that's going to affect like people in the work field in like 5 years who had their whole education like online instead.
I honestly like I barely learned anything in class, but in like even online, like it's still like it's even worse because you try like you don't try at all, you know. So like I feel like everyone's just not gonna be as high IQ as they were before.
You know what's going to pop up a lot is like one-to-one communication skill improvement and stuff like that, and conversational skills, because people are going to do everything online, so they'll have their people skills won't be leveled up at all.
Yeah,
Their boost nodes they're gonna have like these level 1 people skill boost nodes in matrix slots that are leveled up, but the main node is not gonna be leveled. Okay, it's still gonna be level 1.
They're probably gonna have like stuff in the workplace to like you know, like how to communicate as a team. That'll be their matrix points, like +1.
Yeah, if you have any kind of Honestly, now finally maybe a communications degree is actually kind of like an undergrad in communications is actually going to be somewhat valuable.
It was, yeah, communications degree at my college is like, it's a big meme. So
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah, maybe they'll finally make a comeback.
Yeah, all I know is it's gonna be the the job market is gonna be destroyed once I graduate.
It's going to be so weird.
Yeah, I was just trying to just seeing real quick like unemployment in my state, like how much they gave out, and I was like,
it went up by a
dude,
lot from what I saw. Yeah.
yeah, it's like trillions in like one state, you know. So
Mm.
I was like, dude, the economy's gonna be destroyed. I don't even know how I'm gonna find a job. Thank God I'm like an engineer at least, so it makes it a little easier.
Yeah, if you're good at what you do, then there's always room for you, I think.
Yeah, eventually, and I'll just spend more money on the mushroom game eventually.
Yeah. And on the stream, right?
Yeah. Oh, of course, dude. I got you. I got you. Gear progressions every
I'm playing
week.
the long game here, okay? I need you guys all to become engineers and fucking IT, like
As my
process
income
managers,
goes up, your income will go up too. Don't worry.
CEOs. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm banking on here, okay? Get those 300 IQ engineers in here. Double graduate students.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything more specifically that you were thinking about? Any questions you have on your lists?
No, that should be it. I think
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah, I think I know
Alright.
where to go from now. Alright, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks for the chat as well. It was fun.
Yeah, no problem. Alright, thanks, man.
Yeah,
Have a
good
day.
luck.
Thank you.